So hello everyone. In the last class we have completed till the lens part. The lens is over, okay. The spherical refracting surface is over. So here basically we are dealing with which phenomena? We are dealing with the refraction phenomena. Reflection is done, refraction is done. Some part of refraction is still left, and that is known as your what? That is known as your dispersion. So the next topic is dispersion of light. So the topic that we will discuss today is dispersion of light. So what do you mean by dispersion of light? As you got in class 10, dispersion of light means if you pass white light through a prism. Now this dispersion of light we have to do it in practical also. So what is dispersion? Okay, when you pass white light through a prism, if you pass white light through a prism, then the light will be splitted into its 7 constituent colors. So what is dispersion? The phenomenon of splitting of white light into its 7 constituent color is called dispersion. Okay, so dispersion of light means the phenomenon of splitting of the phenomenon of splitting of white light, the phenomenon of splitting of white light into its how many colors? 7. 50. Okay, the phenomenon of splitting of white light into its 7 constituent color is called dispersion. Okay, so suppose this one is the prism here, say this one is the prism here. Now if you pass white light, this one is the white light here, this one is the white light. Okay, so if you pass white light through a prism, then what will happen? This light will be splitted into 7 different colors, 6, 7. Okay, so this one, this one, this one, this and this. Okay, so if you keep here a screen, then here you will observe 7 different colors. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one will be violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. This one is nothing but screen. And these 7 different colors together called spectrum. Okay, spectrum. So this is called dispersion of light. This is called dispersion of light. Here what phenomena is taking place? Here only the refraction phenomena is taking place. So in the next topic we will study about refraction through a prism. So you guys simply draw the picture and write down the definition. So what is dispersion? The phenomenon of splitting of white light into its 7 constituent color. What is the 7 constituent color? The 7 constituent color is Vibgyor. Okay, the rainbow color. This is called dispersion. It means in white light we have got how many colors? We have got 7 different colors. Okay, and which color has got the highest deviation? The violet color has suffered the maximum deviation and the red color suffers the minimum deviation. So there is a relation between wavelength and deviation, and that is given by the light having minimum wavelength suffers maximum deviation. Here violet is having the minimum wavelength, so violet will suffer maximum deviation, and here red color is having the maximum wavelength, so it will suffer minimum deviation. So you write here one more thing, that deviation of different, colors of 7 different colors light depends on wavelength. Okay, depends on wavelength. Light having मैंने क्या बोला था? Light having minimum wavelength, that is violet, will suffer maximum deviation. So light having minimum wavelength, suffers maximum deviation, light having minimum wavelength suffers maximum deviation, and vice versa. Vice versa मतलब light having maximum wavelength suffers minimum deviation, and vice versa. There is a rule. That rule is given by Cauchy's formula. Cauchy's formula is not required in your syllabus, so I am not giving you that formula, that the deviation, how deviation depends on wavelengths. You simply remember that light having minimum wavelength will suffer maximum deviation, and the maximum wavelength, that is red color, will suffer minimum deviation. Okay, so you pause the screen, take a screenshot and write down. This is all theoretical. So next one is refraction of light through a prism. The diagram you already got in class 10. The diagram you already got in class 10, that is refraction through a prism. Okay, now we will again redraw it. So dispersion of light is going on. So the next topic is refraction. Next topic is refraction through a prism. Refraction through a prism. Okay, this is our next topic. So first we have to understand what is a prism. So you will see prism in our laboratory, because we have some lab that we have to perform in our based on prism. So a prism has got how many surfaces? In a prism there are 5 surfaces. One is the front surface, which one is triangular. The back surface is also triangular, and there are 2 lateral surfaces. The lateral surfaces are rectangular in shape, and there is a base. Base is also rectangular in shape. I will try to show you later on. Okay, so refraction through a prism. So the front view of a prism is nothing but a triangle. Okay, so let us draw a prism then. This one. This is suppose the point A, this vertices is suppose B, this is C. So this angle, this is angle A, is known as angle of prism. Okay, if it is an equilateral prism, then angle A will be how much? It will be 60 degree. So angle A is called angle of prism. Okay, so light will enter from air to glass, and then again from glass to air. So this one is medium 1, this one is suppose say medium 2, denser, and this one is again medium 1. So the light ray, that is the incident ray, suppose this one is the incident ray from a light source. Suppose this one is the incident ray. Okay, so at this surface the light ray will enter from rarer to denser medium. So the light, when light travels from rarer to denser, we know that the refracted ray will move away from the normal, towards the normal, if light goes from rarer to denser. So let us draw the normal here. So this one is suppose say the normal, and this one will be angle of incidence. Okay, try to understand, because this is required in our lab also. So this light ray will bend towards the normal. So this one is the refracted ray. This one is the refracted ray. This one is angle of refraction, say R1. Abhi dekho, at this surface, this one is another surface, na? So at this surface, the light ray will move from denser medium to rarer medium. It means the light ray will move from glass to air, okay, that is from prism to the outside. So let us draw one more normal at this position. Suppose this one is the normal. These dotted lines, they are nothing but the normals, okay. Done. So now when light will move from denser to rarer medium, the light ray will move away from the normal. So this one is this is known as, this is emerging out from the prism, na? So this light ray is called emergent ray. So this is the angle, and this angle is called angle of emergence, E. This is suppose say another angle, R2. Now you tell me, in the absence of the prism, मान लो यहाँ पे कोई प्रिज्म नहीं था, यहाँ पे कोई भी प्रिज्म नहीं है, then in the absence of the prism, the light ray would have traveled in this direction, but due to the prism, the light ray is now traveling in this direction. Listen, in the absence of the prism, the light ray would have traveled in this direction. Okay? This one, the green color indicates that in the absence of the prism, the light ray would have traveled along that path, but due to the prism, the light ray is now traveling in this direction. Okay? So, this light ray has got a deviation in this direction. So, this angle is called as delta, and delta means angle of deviation. In some book, they have mentioned as capital D also. D means angle of deviation. देखो, in the absence of the prism, the light ray would have traveled in this direction. Due to the prism, the light ray is now traveling in this direction. Light ray को कैसा जाना चाहिए था? In this way, but now the light ray is traveling in this direction. So this angle, ये ऐसे जाना चाहिए था, but it is now going in this way. So this angle, ये जो angle होगा, this angle is known as angle of deviation. This angle is known as delta. Delta means angle of deviation. Okay. So let us try to name this rays. This is suppose P. This one is suppose Q. So PQ is the incident ray. This point is suppose capital R. So QR is the refracted ray. This point is suppose capital S. So RS is the emergent ray. I, angle of incidence, R1, angle of refraction, E, angle of emergence, delta, angle of deviation. This point is suppose O. Okay? Acha, if this angle is I, this angle is R1, then what will be this angle? Can you tell me? ये angle कितना होगा? देखो, this angle and this complete angle, they are exactly opposite. So if it is I and this is R1, what will be this angle? This angle will be equal to, say delta 1, say delta 1. And what is the value of delta 1? Delta 1 will be equal to I minus R1. Be careful. This is the light ray, incident ray, and this one is the normal. So this angle and this complete angle, they are opposite angle. So they are equal. So I will be equal to what? Delta 1 plus R1. So what is delta 1? It will be I minus R1. Done. Similarly, this angle is suppose you are equal to delta 2. Step by step. You have to draw the diagram step by step. So what is delta 2? This is E. This angle and this complete angle, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, this complete angle, they are equal because they are opposite. So E is equal to delta 2 plus R2. So delta 2 will be equal to E minus R2. Okay. So what is A? A is angle of prism. What is angle I? Angle I is angle of incidence. Okay, what is angle R1? Angle R1 is angle of refraction. Okay, what is angle E? Angle E is angle of emergence. What is delta? Delta is angle of deviation. Okay, and BC is the base of the prism. This is known as base of the prism. Okay, this is known as base of the prism. Now from the figure, what we can say? Dekho, step by step, from the figure, angle I is equal to angle delta 1 plus angle R1. Okay, angle I is equal to delta 1 plus R1, opposite angles. So what will be the delta 1? Delta 1 will be or equal to, you write in this way, I equal to delta 1 plus R1. इतना एंगल लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है. So delta 1 will be I minus R1. Okay. Again, delta 2 is equal to, again E is equal to delta 2 plus R2. So delta 2 will be E minus R2. Done. So what is delta 1 plus delta 2? Delta 1 plus delta 2, if you add these two, you will get I minus R1 plus E minus R2. So it will be I plus E minus R1 plus R2 is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. Okay. Now you look at this one. This is QRS na O. This one is suppose D. This point is suppose D. From triangle DQR. Okay. You look at this triangle DQ and R. Delta 1 and delta 2, they are interior angle and delta is the exterior angle, and we know that exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior angles. That is, you already got in geometry. So from triangle DQR, what we can write? That delta is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. Okay. So delta will be or equal to, what is delta 1 plus delta 2? This is I plus E minus R1 plus R2. So delta is equal to I plus E minus R1 plus R2. Now what is R1 plus R2? That we have to find it out. Now you look at the quadrilateral AQOR. Can you see the quadrilateral here? This one. AQOR, this one. This quadrilateral. ये क्या था? This one is the normal. So this angle will be 90 degree. And this angle will also be 90 degree. So what we will write? From quadrilateral AQOR angle A plus angle AQO plus angle QOR plus angle ORA will be equal to what? 360 degree. So angle A plus angle AQO plus angle QOR plus angle ORA is equal to 360 degree. Now what is AQO? This angle and this angle, they are 90 degree. So we will write angle A plus 90 degree plus angle QOR plus 90 degree is equal to 360 degree. So angle A plus angle QOR is equal to 90, 90, 180. So 360 minus 180 is equal to 180 degree. Okay. So angle A plus QOR is equal to 180 degree. Okay, I am going to erase this portion. Now you look at the triangle QOR. Can you see this triangle QOR? So from triangle QOR, R1 plus R2 plus this angle is equal to what? 180 degrees. Sum of all the angles is equal to 180 degree. So we will write angle R1 plus angle R2 plus angle QOR is equal to 180 degree. Now what is 180 degree? Angle A plus angle QOR. So you write here R1 plus R2 plus angle QOR. Instead of 180 we can write angle A plus QOR. Angle A plus angle QOR. QOR cancelled. Okay, so from here you can write angle A is equal to R1 plus R2. Very, very important that the angle of the prism is equal to this angle plus this angle. Okay, now you mark this one as equation 1. This one as equation 1. So equation 1 implies delta, that is deviation, will be or equal to I plus E, that is you already know, angle of incidence plus angle of emergence. What is R1 plus R2 now? This is angle A. So from here you can write delta plus angle of prism is equal to I plus E. This one is a very, very important relation. Okay, delta plus angle A is equal to I plus E. Okay, and from here you also got an important formula that angle of prism is equal to this angle, that is angle of refraction, plus that angle. Okay, so this is the way to calculate the angle of deviation, that if you know the angle of incidence, if you know the angle of emergence, and if you also know that what is the angle of prism, then you can easily calculate what is the value of delta. Okay, procedure I am telling, that is the diagram. This is angle I, and this complete angle from this green line to this black line, this is opposite angle ना, इसका ये opposite angle है. So this angle will be or equal to this plus this. So delta 1 I equal to what? Delta 1 plus R1, and in this side angle E is equal to delta 2 plus R2. Okay, from there we will get this one, what is the value of delta 1 and what is the value of delta 2. So what is delta 1 plus delta 2? This much. Okay, this is delta 1 plus delta 2 is equal to, so from triangle DQR, this is what property we are using, exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior angle. So exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior angle. So delta 1 plus delta 2. Now we are using the very common thing, that is in a quadrilateral all the angles 360 degree. After that in triangle all the angles are 180 degree, and finally we got this equation. Okay, now you just imagine कि in this prism the light ray is traveling from rarer to a prism which is denser. Prism is normally made up of glass. Okay, prism is normally made up of glass. So light ray will travel from rarer to denser medium. So if the light ray enters from rarer to denser medium, that is towards a denser prism, then what is the conclusion? That the emergent ray, जो यहाँ पे emergent ray है, emergent ray will move towards the base of the prism. Okay, very, very important point कि if the light ray is traveling from rarer to denser medium, that is towards a denser prism, then the emergent ray will move towards the base of the prism. But if this prism is being surrounded by a medium which is denser, then light ray will travel from denser to rarer medium. Then what will happen? Then this emergent ray will move away from the base. Okay? Then it will move away from the base. So ये 1 mark का क्वेश्चन कभी हो सकता है कि if the light ray is traveling from rarer to a denser prism, then the light ray will move towards the base of the prism. But if the same prism is now being surrounded by another medium which is denser, then the light ray will move away from the base. Okay? So remember this point. Okay? So you can write this point that अच्छा तब उसका डायग्राम किस टाइप का होगा देखो. This one, say the prism here. I will draw a simple diagram. So this is the incident ray, same as the previous one, but this time this medium is denser. मैंने already बोला था कि अगर एक medium denser है तो that is represented by 2. That is represented by 2, and the rarer medium is represented by 1. So when this will happen, then 2, 1 and this one will be again 2. Now prism is surrounded by denser medium. Then what will happen? This light ray, ये यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था? It moves towards the normal ना? So if you draw here a normal, then it will move away from the normal, like this. Okay, the refracted ray, it will move away from the normal, so it will like this. Okay, and finally it will move like this. Okay, so is this clear कि when the prism is, if the prism is denser and the outside is rarer, then the refracted ray moves towards the base. But if the prism is rarer and its surrounding medium is denser, then it will move away from the base. And this formula is very very important कि angle of deviation, मतलब this angle plus this angle is equal to this angle plus this angle. मतलब if you know angle of incidence, if you know angle of emergence, that one will be the value of angle of deviation plus angle of prism. Okay? So in our lab, by putting some pins, we will first put the value of I, that we have to we have to make the angle I, कि angle of incidence कितना होगा. Then finally with the help of pins, we will calculate the value of E. Okay? With the help of that protector, and angle of prism, in our lab all the prisms are equilateral, so it will be 60 degree. So if you know I, if you know E, if you know A, you can calculate angle of deviation. Okay, so this formula will be used in our lab. So in the next one, we will calculate the refractive index of this prism with the help of this formula. Okay, that we will do after some time in the next class.